Hello and welcome. And if you're here for action, wild fights, and hot takes, you're in the right place. This is Flamingo Fight Talk, and we had a different intro today. I am Derek Schraub, and with me is my co-host, Kelby Cedarquist, for extra special coverage. We got MVP Rousey versus Carano versus UFC Freedom 250 Ilya versus Gathe. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing just fantastic. As though I've said fan 3 times right there. I'm not necessarily a fan of this card.
Which one? MVP or okay, what is the correct term for, we know the correct term for UFC Freedom 250, which really should just be called UFC White House. That's UFC. What's the Netflix card? It used to be called, it's the Rousey Carano fight. It's the Netflix MMA fight. MVP Jake Paul. Is it the Jake Paul fight? He's not on it. What do you call it?
I call it the Freedom 250 2.0.
Freedom 250 2.0. A month earlier,
Because they're clearly making fun of the UFC
which still
fight.
isn't on July 4th. But go ahead, we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah,
Let's do this.
It's not on the July 4th. They're clearly making fun of the UFC 250. Or not UFC 250, I'm sorry. The Freedom 250. It'd be fun. It's so Jake Paul. If I was Jake Paul, Freedom 250 2.0 would just be funny, hysterical. Or they do Bald Eagles 2.0. Or they just do NASCAR 250 2.0.
You know what they should call it? They should call it MVP Freedom 249.
I mean, there is so much to play with there. How do you get, first off, Francis Ngannou, Ronda Rousey, just
And
those
Nate
two,
Diaz.
just those two on the card. I'm not even gotten there yet. That's my third finger.
I'm jumping ahead.
Yeah, and this finger doesn't close all the way. We hope it up. Nate Diaz, it's mind-blowing. And we're going to get into it later on about viewership with it, but how is Jake Paul somehow better than Dana White in the UFC?
Better than Dana White's a tough one, but he has had a better fighting career than Dana White for sure.
You know what? I've never thought about that. Dana White versus Jake Paul, Freedom 250 2.0 in Freedom 250.
Jake Paul beats Dana White. And you know what? They can even do it in a boxing match.
I don't even know how tall Dana White is.
Here, I'll look it up. Go ahead.
Jake Paul has to be taller. Is Jake Paul 6'2" or 6'3"? 6'2", 6'1", 6'3", around there.
Dana White is generally listed at 6 feet 0 inches tall. Other sources sometimes cited him at 5'11", but 6 foot is the common professional listing. Weight, approximately 195 pounds as of 2023, according to Google Gemini. Google Gemini, if you want to pay us, pay us. I'm trying to get a sponsor. I mean, we'll figure something out.
I thought you were literally reading from Google Gemini, and I was like confused for a second. I was like,
what is he doing? I'm like, I'm just selling myself. Anyways, which one do you want to talk about first? Do you want to talk about the one that was announced first or the one that's going to happen first? Let's talk. Okay. You don't want the carnival. You want the elite of the elite. You want the best of the best. You want the best fighters fighting the best fighters. And that's why none of that is happening at UFC Freedom 250, and it's not on the 4th of July either. It's on our President Trump's birthday. We got UFC Freedom 250 happening Sunday, the normal day for UFC fight cards. You know, we always watch our fights on Sunday, never Friday, never Saturday. That's not the day. Who has fight days on Saturday? That's just weird. Clearly, Sunday is the day for fights. UFC Freedom 250, Sunday, June 14th, not July. Why would we do this on the 4th of July? It has nothing to do, why would we put fights on the 4th of July when we could do the birthday of the president, because that's better for America's 250th anniversary of independence? Am I going too long? Should I just get to it? UFC
Go
White
ahead.
House. Better name anyways. Ilya versus Gathe. Go ahead. I'll stop talking.
How do you have Ilya versus Gaethje as your top fight, and then right below it you have Alex Pereira? Solid. I'm not, but versus Serial Gahn as your co-main.
I do actually want to get into that. Can't remember. I feel like they haven't before. They have before. I think I might have slurred my word there. Haven't they put a higher weight interim title over a divisional title before of a lower division?
A higher rank intertitle above.
Technically, the co-main event is for the interim. It's not for the
Yeah,
undisputed.
correct.
The main event is for the undisputed. But haven't they had, normally the way they do it is whatever the heavier division is, if they have 2 title fights on a card,
They
the
usually put
heavier
that above.
division is the main event.
Yes.
Haven't the interim belt been above, has the interim belt ever been above a full divisional title before?
There has to be, but we would
I
have to go
think it
way back.
has.
We have to go
I think it
way
has.
back.
Because
Huh?
I think they go with the interim title is a title. It doesn't matter. The interim is just because the champion is not currently there.
Mhm.
There it is a full title, and that way it goes above. So if that's the case, why is Ilya versus Gaethje the main event and not Alex Pereira versus Cyril Gahn? And I know we're kind of getting already into that when there is so much other stuff to talk about the card. So if I'm hijacking, just tell me I am, and you can talk about what you want to talk about.
No, keep going.
No, I mean, that's my question. Should of the 6 fights on the card, is this the best main event? Yes?
I would still
One
lean
with an
towards
American.
Alex Pereira because, well, it's weird.
The heavier division, right?
Put these two very much like this,
Okay.
and the problem is we're missing this.
Okay. I mean, that's a very fair statement.
And that's what's hurting my head is because we don't have, well, people that are not watching this, we don't have a true main event for the biggest hyped up card that has almost ever been pushed out by the UFC. And it's very disappointing to me. And then the people that they put in there, they don't match them well.
You know what? I completely agree, and I'm just jumping to get into this. I
Because
really
Justin
am.
Gaethje, Ilya
So,
Topuria, Alex Pereira,
let's
those are 3 great fighters. We all love them. You got 3 fighters coming in. They don't match them together. They put them. It just doesn't work.
So, can I
Fight for the what?
say, let me go through and say what the fights are on the main card, on the card, and then
Yeah.
I'm going to say what they should have been, okay?
Okay.
Because it's easy.
Go ahead.
All right. In the main event, we have a lightweight champion unifying bout between Ilya Topuria versus Justin Gaethje, the interim champ. Justin Gaethje should have never gotten the fight with the interim champion, against Paddy Pimblett. That was a silly belt. Shouldn't have happened. If you were going to do an interim champion, it should have been Charles versus Max. So technically, Ilya should be fighting Charles now. But even then, that's ridiculous because the only fight for Ilya that makes sense in the lightweight division is against Arman Sarukian. But even then, that is ridiculous because no one wants Ilya versus Arman Sarukian. Obviously, many people want that. But the real fight is not in the lightweight division. It's in the welterweight division. It is Ilya Topuria versus Islam Makhachev, the best fight you can make in the sport.
It is
That is
not
what
even
should
a question. I don't care how much money the UFC needs these two.
Apparently, really quick. Apparently,
I'm trying
the
to
reason why it didn't happen is because Islam Makhachev has a hand injury. It's also during Ramadan. I want to say that they're not saying that he has a hand injury. I'm saying it's during Ramadan.
Yeah.
I think both those things probably have a factor in it.
Well, from previous experience with Ramadan, those fighters don't fight, which is what you would expect from that. So they should kind of lead with that because I just don't remember exactly when
Would
Ramadan
Bryce
is.
Mitchell fight on Easter?
Correct.
There you go.
But I'm gonna say like they should be like, hey, it's a religion holiday for X person, and then they just can't fight during that time. But Justin Gaethje put into that spot is wild because Justin Gaethje is nowhere near Ilya Topuria's level of fighting at this
He's
point.
going to get knocked down.
Yeah.
And
It's a murder show, and he's the American, and Ilya Topuria is fighting out of, was it Georgia? Not the United States Georgia, but the country of Georgia.
Well, Ilya represents Spain, but yes, he is
Yeah,
Georgian, the
correct.
country in the
Yeah,
Caucasus. But he represents Spain. Justin Gaethje representing, I believe, Colorado. He fights out of Colorado of Trevor Whitman. I don't know if he's originally from Colorado, but America.
great camp up there in Colorado. They fight out of Colorado because there's less air, and they can adapt to the less air. They're able to come down to lower elevation and are able to last longer. The reason why a lot of these fighters go up to Colorado Springs, Colorado, and train up there. But go ahead.
Yeah. Anyways, where is my? There it is. Yeah, let's just I want to work down the card this way. So let's still focusing on the main event, and then we'll get into the co-main and keep working our way down with how
Yeah.
we're doing it, okay? Yeah, no, Justin Gaethje versus Patty Pimblett, and I think I said it during the podcast, that should have never been for an interim champion. It's ridiculous. If you were going to do an interim champion, Max versus Charles was a great option for an interim champion, even though that was the BMF. But really, any interim championship belt has to have the man Arman Tsarukyan in it. Arman Tsarukyan versus Ilya Topuria would have been an amazing fight, and that's still not the best fight you can do because of Islam Makhachev. Assuming the injury is what keeps Makhachev off this card, Arman Tsarukyan is the clear second best fight. And yeah, he should have been on it. Justin Gaethje should have never gotten an interim belt if he didn't have to beat Arman Tsarukyan for it.
Mhm.
It doesn't make sense. I'm sorry. And I love Gathe. I like Gathe more than I like Armin. But
But
clearly one would beat the other. We
correct.
want the good fight. And yes, Gathe versus Ilya. Gathe's never out, but I don't see him beating Ilya Topuria. I will, buddy, like, what do you want? Do you want a shoey? What do you want from me if Gathe beats Ilya? Like,
If
what do you want?
Gaethje beats Ilya,
If Gathe beats Ilya, what do you want me to do?
fucking shoey. You just said it. That'll be fucking.
Done.
Sorry, I started cussing
Done.
too. That would be
Done.
hysterical.
I'll do a shoe. I'll do a shoey. No, I'll do a shoey out of my work shoe. I'll get it.
And it'll
I'll
be a
grab my
clip, and we'll
bloody
put it on
phone and do a
TikTok when he does
shoey
it.
out of that. Done. If Gathe beats Ilya, I'll do that. I know it's not going to happen.
Yeah. Would you put it on TikTok?
Yeah, absolutely. You need to just help me sign in. I'm an
Yeah.
old man. I don't know how to use TikTok.
Like,
Anyways,
but
yeah, it
it's
shouldn't
it's
have
it's
been.
literally a 3 or 4. What is the betting odds on this? What is? I didn't even look at it.
I'm on the UFC website going down, so they don't tell me the betting odds.
Let me pull that up.
I have
What's the
to
next one?
assume Ilya's like
Serial
a
Dawn?
minus 200 favorite.
I'm thinking 200-300. Yeah.
About the co-main event, I haven't introduced that yet.
I'm sorry.
No other person watching this knows this yet, Kelby.
Sorry,
They get all
Stephen.
their news from us.
You've never seen any of this out.
I'm talking to you, Gage.
Yeah, Gage. You lucky we're on live.
Sorry, what are the odds? You see it?
I'm trying to find it. It's have
All
they
right,
not
well,
dropped
if you
Freedom
find it,
258?
it's probably a little early. It is June 14th, by the way.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Go ahead.
let's get into the co-main event. The co-main event of UFC. I want to call it UFC White House. That's a better name too. Calling it UFC White
I
House.
got it.
You got it. All right. What are the odds of Ilya Topuria versus Justin
Ilya
Gaethje?
Topuria is as a negative 600 favorite to Justin Gaethje at plus 425. You quadruple your money if you bet on Justin Gaethje.
Justin Gaethje at plus money is always a good bet, but
Yeah.
at plus 4, you might gotta.
Well,
You
Justin
know-
Gaethje is very risky because Justin Gaethje wants to stand in the pocket and swing.
I mean, well, no. I mean, like, even a calculated Justin Gaethje, I don't know if he has the ability to beat Ilya Topuria. He has a plotting style.
Do you think he's
has
calculated?
Yeah. Like, even the okay, so the most calculated Justin Gaethje. That is what? The one against no, what's his name? Tony, right?
When he threw the perfect kicks?
Yeah. Like, isn't that the most calculated Justin Gaethje would be the Tony Habib run, right?
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. The most calculated would be the when he beats Donald Cerrone, that run of Cerrone, Ferguson, Habib, Chandler, right? When he's just until he loses again to Charles. After he loses against Charles, he starts going buck wild against Fiziev and Poirier and Holloway, Fiziev again, Patty, yada yada yada. But
That's the one thing you can't count out is that
you can't count out Justin Gaethje. It's a
Because
dumb
he has
decision to
so
do it, but
much
Ilya
street cred.
Topuria is a generational talent.
Yeah.
End of
And he's
story.
fought everybody.
If you can, bro, if you can starch Alexander Volkanovski, Max Holloway, Charles Oliveira, you can starch Justin Gaethje. I hate to say it, you can. Gaethje offers different problems for that type of fight, but it's not enough. And the problem with Gaethje is since his debut, like he offers wild violence. He offers like condensed chaos in a fight that just is just violent in a vacuum where you just like have to deal with and you can't get away from it unless you're Habib or Charles Oliveira, an extreme talent in grappling. You know what I mean? And obviously, Ilya Topuria is not that. He's a striking phenom. So you almost want to say like, oh, well, like he could land, but like, bro, Ilya Topuria is a better striker than Conor McGregor. Like, he doesn't get hit and he lands devastating power. Justin Gaethje has been getting wobbled since he came into the UFC against the likes of Michael Chandler, or not sorry, not Michael Chandler, Michael Johnson, who is a plus minus 500 fighter in the UFC.
You're not
Ilya
wrong.
Topuria is going to starch him.
He very much so can starch him. At the same time, Justin Gaethje could get that very much lucky hit on him, but
Could you imagine if it's if it's like just the Tony performance where he's just jabbing and leg kicking and just like, oh my god,
it just
like
worked.
that's the thing with Justin
Well,
Gaethje. You
he
have
has a
those,
great
he
calf kick.
has those performances where you're sitting down like, oh, this is going to be a brawl, and he
Yeah,
comes out technical. And
yeah.
technical Gaethje is the most dangerous fighter in the lightweight division.
Well, if he keeps it where he does the lower leg kicks, and then when he calculates his throws,
Ilya
it's
Topuria
dangerous.
is not going to shoot. He should go heavy on the leg kicks round one.
On Ilya Topuria?
Yeah, he should chop that shit down. Ilya
Before,
Topuria is not shooting a takedown on Gaethje.
oh, okay, yes. No, that's what I'm saying, yeah. Justin Gaethje should throw those lower leg kicks and then
Fucking full
chop.
force, man.
Yeah, and he's fantastic at it, and he has to keep it consistent and not give up because when you start thinking, okay, with the leg kicks, it's fun. Well, with the fighters,
Gaethje,
he'll
hold on,
throw
really quick.
10,
Last thing
15,
I have
20
to
leg
say on
kicks.
this fight, and
Yeah.
I'll let you go finish it. Gaethje should train with Khalil Roundtree for this fight. That's all I have to say.
For Gaethje to win this fight, he has to throw at least 20 to 25 leg kicks attempted per round. Sounds crazy, but if
That's
he
high.
connects and he can't give up, because if you do it, you do that mark in the first round and you're able to survive and you get to the second round, keep doing it. It's going to wear out that calf. It's going to wear out the back of that leg. And once it starts hitting, once he sits down in between the rounds, it's going to start hitting you. That's when it starts getting to your brain. That's when you're like, oh no, I'm starting to feel this, because you're not having that adrenaline rush. And then you get back up, and then you start kicking it. You start kicking that lower calf, and then in between the lower calf kicks, you're able to do a 1-2. Just keep it in and out. Keep it in and out. 1-2 leg kick. And if he's able to keep that consistent pace at a high level, he possibly can get the finish and get the win.
It only takes one good leg kick to start fucking up your opponent's. Sorry,
Yeah.
I know I'm cursing. This is technically inside baseball. This is the second episode of the night. It's almost 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry for cursing so early in an episode. But yeah, no, inside baseball, and I'm using that for a separate thing. Anyways, leg kicks, they hurt.
They do.
And only Justin Gaethje has devastating leg kicks. You saw Habib limping off Gaethje leg kicks. It only takes a couple of them before it plays a difference in the fight. I know you're saying he needs to throw 25. He needs to land 3. You know what I mean? He needs
Oh,
to
yeah.
land
No,
solid
3
connection,
solid
chin
connects.
to nerve 3, and Ilya is done. His
No,
boxing, his movement, done.
because once you get, like, even like you said, just 3, if you get really 3 good solid kicks, you don't want to go forward. You start fearing it. You start getting into the other opponent's head. And you're like, That hurts.
It hurts
It's
to
simple.
move.
Huh?
You can't attack. If you
Correct.
wanna attack and throw power, you have to step with your hits. You have
Yeah.
to use that momentum to throw your body weight behind the punch and really land that power. Or, okay, you're being defensive, you gotta move laterally, you gotta be able to pull back. You don't have the agility if your legs are taken out from under you and you can't feel past your
Yeah.
knee. It's done.
You feel like
And
spaghetti laying down
Ilya
there.
Topuria is a generational talent. I'm not trying to exaggerate that. He is insanely he knocked out Max Holloway and Alexander Volkanovski.
Yes.
Just in that terms alone, even though they're old names now, hanging on,
Yeah.
they're elite badasses that he made look like scrubs. Same with Charles, who beat the shit. Two of these guys finished Gathe. Ilya Topuria is going to beat Justin Gathe unless Justin Gathe puts on the performance of his life and shows why he's the most dangerous man in the UFC.
Yes.
Anything else to add before I get to the second fight on UFC Freedom 250?
If Justin Gaethje wins this, you prove me wrong.
All right. And by the way, minus 400, I think you said minus 425.
Yes.
Underdog money on Gathe. Never a bad bet.
Yeah, plus 425 on Gaethje is kind of insane. Even with the fact that we both don't agree that Gaethje is going to win.
He shouldn't win, but I mean, like,
But if you got 20 bucks
here's
sitting around, it's not a bad bet. I
here's
mean,
the
you
thing.
almost become 100 bucks.
If you wanna throw away $10, put it on Gathe to win by finish. Like, you're
Yes.
gonna, you'll guess what? You own a car now. Let's get into the co-main event.
The heavyweight interim title bout by Alex Pereira against Cyril Gahn. And
How
I took that
dare
over.
you? I'm introducing these fights.
You
Okay,
do it.
let me try this again. The co-main event, the heavyweight interim title fight, the most bullshit fight in existence. I'm joking. Alex Pereira, the light heavyweight champion who vacated his belt to fight the man they put against every guy who fights for the heavyweight championship. He fought against Francis Ngannou. He fought against John Jones. He fought against Tom Aspinall. He lost all three of those fights because of his poor decision making and skills. He's fighting Alex Pereira for the heavyweight interim title. His name, Cyril Gahn.
There was one point where Cyril Gahn looked
He's
amazing.
so good, isn't he?
Yeah. And then when Cyril Gahn, I said that horribly, isn't it? When he fights Cyril, yeah. I keep saying Cyril, but Cyril Gahn fights anyone that's above the rank of 2, it just doesn't work out for him. Just doesn't. And now he's going up against somebody that is an amazing fighter, but he is moving up the weight class to fight him. And I kind of feel a little bit scared for him. A lot of people are putting Alex Pereira in the boat of finishing Cyril Gahn in a crazy fashion. And for some reason, I've thought more and more about it, and I think downplaying Gahn in this fight is kind of crazy. And I think Gahn can get Alex Pereira to the ground, and I think Gahn can keep it inside. It sounds crazy, but listen to me. That size. Gahn has been at that size for a lot longer than Pereira.
It's for your pops.
And I'm gonna get killed for this on the internet. And I'm thinking I'm gonna say it right here, right now, that Gahn is going to win this fight.
You didn't
And
let me finish introducing the fight, because remember, we introduced the fight in the fight that's supposed to happen. The fight that's supposed to happen is Tom Aspinall versus Cyril Gahn 2. Wait, no. It's supposed to be actually Alex Pereira versus John Jones. Wait, no. It should have actually been Tom Aspinall versus John Jones. Oh, wait, no. John Jones never wanted to take that fight. He originally wanted John Jones versus Alex Pereira. Wait, no. He actually dug Francis Ngannou first, so this fight should have been Francis Ngannou versus John Jones. Should have been the fight for this card. It could have happened. They just had to pay for it. we're moving past that. Agreed? We'll just move past that?
No.
No?
They
John
should have.
Jones versus Francis Ngannou should not have been on this card?
No,
Do you hate
it
America?
should have been on this card, and they should have paid for it.
There you go. Anyways, the fight we're stuck with is Surreal Gahn. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Dude, you got us to a point where none of these fighters, literally the two fighters we started talking about, is not
Are
even in
on
your
it? Yeah,
mouth.
exactly. Okay.
Not
So,
even in
no,
your
it
mouth.
should have always been John versus Francis.
Yes.
Francis left. Okay, UFC fucked that up. They lost Francis because they couldn't
Yes.
pay him enough. John versus Tom would have been the greatest fight. Could have been the main event. You could have fucking had it if you did it. You could have had America versus Britain for UFC White House 250 Freedom, the rematch. British versus America. John Jones versus not Francis. Tom Aspinall. You could have done it. But no, John ducked Tom Aspinall. And he retired. That's how Tom became champ. And then Surreal Gahn fouled Tom Aspinall so bad that this guy needs 3 eye surgeries and who knows when he's going to come back. If he comes back. So now we're stuck with the guy that lost against... We're stuck with Surreal Gahn, who got out-wrestled by Francis Ngannou, who got beat by John Jones disgustingly, who eye-poked Tom Aspinall. Now he gets the money fight against Alex Pereira moving up. This is a bullshit fight.
No, he's passing around like a dollar bill in the strip club.
By the way, Surreal Gahn shouldn't even be coming off a win because Alexander Volkov beat him in that split decision loss he had against Surreal Gahn.
Right.
Alexander Volkov beat Surreal Gahn, and he's, unfortunately lost that bullshit split decision. Anyways, I'm a Surreal Gahn hater, whatever. Hopefully, he doesn't eye poke Alex Pereira and there's not riots in DC. Anyway, let's talk about the fight that we're stuck with. Alex Pereira versus Surreal Gahn. As much as I want to hate on it, as I'm really trying to portray that I am a hater of Surreal Gahn in particular, and then of John Jones, and then of this bullshit heavyweight decision, and then this fight. Jesus Christ, isn't this a great fight at heavyweight? Two of the most elite kickboxers. Neither one of these guys are going to shoot a takedown. This is going to be a stand-up heavyweight brawl against two elite heavyweights. Alex Pereira versus Surreal Gahn. Who's going to win this fight? Am I unfair with all the hate I put on it? Probably. I stand by it. I desperately hope Alex Pereira knocks out Surreal Gahn because I am going to be so upset if that fucker wins a fight.
Oh no, I'm rooting for Alex Pereira. But for some reason, I'm thinking Gahn is going to somehow pull this off, and we're going to be mind blown that Gahn just gets that perfect overhand right against Alex Pereira, and he's just not going to see it, and then get hit with the second overhand right, like Izzy did to Alex Pereira, and Alex Pereira's going to go. I don't know why, but I just see that happening in this fight.
Yeah, I mean,
Do you have the size differentials on your side?
the side that are like their stats?
No, like height, weight. Well, not height, but height and reach.
Oh, well, UFC is not opening it for me, but give me
Yeah,
one.
I'm on the UFC page on my phone, but it is not on it.
I am checking this quickly.
Because I really think
Alex Pereira is 38 years old. Surreal Gahn is 35. Alex is 6'3". Surreal is 6'3". Alex has been weighing in at 205 pounds with the lightweight limit, and Surreal Gahn has been a 247-pound average heavyweight. Surreal Gahn has a higher reach than Alex Pereira at 2 inches of an 81-inch reach versus Pereira's 79-inch reach. For reference, me and Kelby both have a 69-inch reach. He is 5'2". I am 6 foot.
Yes. Honestly, I'm 5'2" on a good day. That's when I wear my boots. And usually, I'm shorter than my mom. My mom is 5'1" and 3/4, like she tells me every day. And I'm 5'1" and 1/4. So I have a 3/4 inch boots to make sure I'm taller than my mom. Hi, Mom.
My father is 6'1.5", so just to remind me that he is always better than me.
Yes. Honestly,
I
Derek,
love
if
you,
I
Papa.
became famous, somebody's gonna clip that, and it's gonna be all over the internet that I'm 5 or 5'2", 5.
Anyways, this is probably the best fight on the White House. Pereira versus Gahn. It's an elite fight, but unfortunately, kind of like the Ilya versus Gathe fight, it's a consolidation prize. Ideally, what we want, I guess, is Tom versus Jones, right?
You wanted John Jones in any way, shape, or form.
I feel like you wanted Tom Aspinall versus John Jones. Unfortunately, Cyril Gahn fouled Tom to where he's injured and is going to need 3 eye surgeries.
Correct.
John already smoked Cyril Gahn, so you can't run that back.
No.
John always wanted the Alex Pereira fight, but they weren't going to give it to him then. And I feel like if the UFC gave it to him now, it would be a loss for them, so they couldn't pay John for that. I have some feelings on that fight. I think we need to save that for our second video since this is kind of going on a little long tonight. And we got a lot to talk about still. I'll save my John Jones rant for a different time, but TLDR, John Jones deserves not being able to get a fight since he retired after ducking Tom Aspinall and Francis Ngannou and Dominic Reyes. That's how I feel about John Jones. I'm a hater. I want to move past
He's a
that.
hater. I'm a lover. John Jones deserves any and every single fight he could ever get, and he has the right.
He also
to pick.
ducked DC a third time at heavyweight. Anyways,
He has. He is the
yeah.
greatest of all time, and he can pick whoever he wants to fight.
Yeah, he can pick the IRS because he's going to owe some taxes from this lack of income.
John
Anyways,
Jones would make so much money he wouldn't owe the IRS.
he can pay his lawyer from all his offenses. I'll keep it at that.
Well, that's Floyd Mayweather.
Anyways, this is one of the best fights. Heavyweight interim. Alex Pereira again coming in to save a big card UFC event. You wish the real heavyweight champion was there, right? You wish Tom Aspinall versus Alex Pereira could happen. You wish Tom versus John Jones could happen. You wish Francis could be involved in this. Even though Francis beat Cyril Gahn, so the one guy that
You wish any of those situations. You totally want the current
gets
champion.
foul. He got out wrestled by a striker.
Yeah, but still, you want the
I'm a
current.
Cyril Gahn hater. It's not because he's French, but like he got out wrestled by Francis Ngannou. Should I move on?
Yeah,
Should I
just
just
go
move
to the
on?
sugar show.
All right, let's go to the Sugar Show. This fight is bullshit. It should have been Corey Sandhagen. Everyone wanted Sean versus Corey, but no, we get Sean versus Eamon Zahabi. So I hope Sean gets wrestle fucked by the Canadian.
For some
How do you
reason, they
feel
wanted to
about this
push
fight?
the Canadian fight. I don't get it. I mean, well, hold on, let me say that. Obviously, American Canadians love to have sports matches against each other. It doesn't mean in this particular moment that we want Sean O'Malley to go up against a Canadian at this point in time. Does Sean O'Malley want Maple Leafs? Does Sean O'Malley want to syrup? No, he doesn't. Everybody wanted a different fight for this fight. It's absolutely crazy because the comments I've seen online is hysterical.
What are you saying? Like, what are some things that are coming up?
Everybody just says that Sean O'Malley should have fought a completely different person in the bantamweight bout.
I will say, I think Eamon's a hot because what was Sean's last fight? Song Yadong, right?
Correct.
So it kind of does feel weird that Sean's fighting 2 guys beneath him. I mean, and I'm no disrespect to Song or Eamon Zahabi, but they are under him. And I guess Corey Sandhagen is also under Sean, and that's the person I'm clearly rooting for. But like, if you look at the top 10 of the bantamweight division going up at 10, he's starting with Marlon Vera, David Martinez, Mario Batista, Vincent Figueiredo, Eamon Zahabi, Song Yadong, Corey Sandhagen, Sean O'Malley, Mar, Dvalishvili. Okay. Sean technically has a win over Piotr Jan. I'm sure he was trying to get that title fight. They weren't just going to give it to him.
Correct.
Even though technically he does have the win. Rob versus Jan is clearly the fight you want to make. Mar, clearly still in there. However, he didn't finish Davidson Figueiredo. I think they're going to hold that against him. Sean O'Malley just beat Song Yadong. He beat another top 5 fighter, knocked a guy down, shows, hey, I'm still up here. I can either go a title fight, which I think he wanted versus Peter Young. I think this is a consolidation. Oh gosh, that word's going to be rough at 1:08 in the morning. Consolation prize? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to slur that into a victory
Consolidation
there.
price?
There you go. Thank you so much for the assist. Corey Sandhagen, who Sean O'Malley hasn't fought yet, sitting at number 4. Just saying, he beat Song Yadong. Eamon Zahabi's at number 6, and I'm pretty sure Sean has beaten Davison, or Davison recently lost. Mario Batista is good, but now that's number 8. But yeah, I was working my way up. Yeah, Sean can't beat Umar, and he's not good. He already lost to Merab. Merab should be fighting Gahn, or Merab could fight Umar to fight Gahn. Either one of those are good. Sean versus Corey is the fight to make. Am I wrong? Eamon Zahabi could have fought Mario Batista or Song Yadong. Would have been good. I don't
Sean
care what
versus
Eamon
who was the
Zahabi
fight to
does.
make?
He could have fought Peyton Talbot.
Yeah.
Sean O'Malley versus Corey Sandhagen is one of the best non-title fights you can make in the sport of MMA. Why on earth would you not put these two Americans against each other on the White House?
You couldn't have said it any better. That's the fight to make. If you're wanting to talk about this Freedom 250, why don't you at least have the two Americans just go at it? The American Clash, the American Gladiators. Just let them go at it. Sean O'Malley carries the name value. Corey Sandhagen carries not as strong of a name value, but for older fans, carries a very strong name value.
Mm-hmm.
But with younger fans, Sean O'Malley carries it. So you got like both perfect ends of the spectrum coming together. It's a fun fight. And then the match, the style of fighters they are, it would blend so well. And I know Corey Sandhagen would keep it up on its feet. And obviously, same with Sean O'Malley. It'd just be a
Let's
fun
be
fight to
honest.
watch.
Corey Sandhagen versus Sean O'Malley is quote unquote striker's delight.
Correct. Like, it'd be a fun fight. A super fun fight.
How do you feel about Sean versus Eamon? Eamon's good, man. Eamon is really damn good, and I think he might be able to beat Sean O'Malley, to be completely honest. I don't think this is an easy matchup for Sean.
I wouldn't put him up against him right now. I mean, if you're talking about Freedom 250, no. But if it wasn't a Freedom
Is it
250
not
card,
like a better thing? Because, like, any strikers fight between Sean and Corey, you don't necessarily know who's going to win that fight. But in an MMA fight against Eamon versus Sean, I kind of feel like Eamon might win that fight.
that's what I'm saying. Like, you should have never done Eamon.
Don't you do the good one now of Sean and Corey?
Correct. I think they should do Sean and Corey.
I'm sorry. Maybe I'm a hater. I think I am a hater. I mean, at least, you know, everyone that watches this will know, well, like, oh man, Derek's a hater. And, like, Jacob will also be like,
You
Derek's
hater.
a hater. But, like, you know, it's like, Eric's like the biggest UFC fan there is. He's actually not a hater. He just suffers because he can make better fights than the matchmakers because they fucking suck. Anyways, let's get on to the next fight of the card. Unless you have anything else to say about Eamon versus a hobby. We should have been Eamon versus Corey. Anyways.
As of right now.
And we're back again. If you would like to sponsor us, we will shill anything you want, be it crypto, gold, water resources, whatever you would like. We will pitch an ad for it. This is your time. Reach out to us at flamingofighttalk@gmail.com. Spell it out. If you can't spell it out, I'm not sure if we want to get in business with you. Anyway, we want your money. Just send us your social and your credit card. We'll take it from there. The next fight on the card. Mauricio Hoofy versus Michael Chandler. And the fight this should have been Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler. Kelby, take it from here. I am going to eat a bagel. Please, I hope it's not too loud.
The fight that should have been was Michael Chandler and Conor McGregor. And what we witnessed last weekend was a shame to all of society, all of MMA fans, all of the UFC people. In the last podcast, I said something about speed bumps. And imagine a crater. You were just driving and you just nail a crater in the ground. It totals your car. That's what my heart feels like right now. A crater being totaled. Because they should have never announced this fight. They should have pushed this announcement back at least another 2 or 3 weeks. So they could have at least got Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler on this card. They promised us this fight. I don't even know anymore. It's been so long. I think I was like half my age when they promised us this fight. The
Yeah, they
dinosaurs
did a
just got
full
out of
Ultimate Fighter
extinction.
season about it.
Huh?
They did a full season on the Ultimate Fighter about it.
Yeah. They have literally done full seasons of Bachelor and Bachelorette about this. They've done full
And they
seasons.
didn't even cancel it.
Yeah. And they've been canceled.
That's how you know we have lives.
We were both married. Yeah, The Bachelorette has been canceled in the time being. The only thing that hasn't happened is GTA 6, but it's coming. And honestly, somehow GTA 6 might beat Michael Chandler and Conor McGregor.
All right, let's be honest.
Elon to the Moon might beat Michael Chandler and Conor McGregor.
Let's be honest.
Let's be
Complete
honest.
bullshit. Michael Chandler sits out, I believe, 3 years,
Yeah,
2 years, waiting for the Conor McGregor fight. The White House card happens,
yeah,
doesn't get the Conor McGregor fight.
yeah,
Mauricio Rufy, who's probably going to knock him out
yeah.
via knee strike or head kick.
Which is very
What a rough
likely.
take for Michael fucking Chandler, isn't it?
Yeah. No, it's
I
very
hope we're past
likely.
the 30-minute mark, right? Are we?
See that again?
Oh, we are. We're well past. I can curse as much as I want. We gotta hurry it up. What's her official prediction on Michael Chandler versus Mauricio Rufy? No.
She
All right.
said Ronda Rousey's gonna win.
Not me. I hope. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Honestly, I think Mauricio Rufy's just gonna knock out Michael Chandler. I think they're doing Michael Chandler dirty. It's good that he's on this card. I think he wants to be on this card, but Chandler's had that up and down career since he's come to UFC. Been in amazing fights, but he's lost the majority of them. And Hoofy's the first guy he's going to come across where, like, Michael Chandler's going to lose this fight, man. Like, he's going to probably get finished. He's already ranked number 13. He came in, I believe, fighting Dan Hooker, coming in the top 5 or right out, like coming in at number 5. He's almost already out of the rankings. Yeah, man, I don't know what to do with him at this point, and I think they should have done him against Conor McGregor. He's already fought Olivier. Sarukian's not a fight. He already fought Gathe, I'm pretty sure. You know what? Patty Pimlet versus Michael Chandler was something they could have kept in the back burner. But I think they're blowing their load on Mauricio Rufy. What do you think? I think Rufy knocks him out easy, and it's on with the next fight.
Rufy, in every aspect of the game, should knock out Michael Chandler or at least get a decision in every scenario possible. With Michael Chandler, it's weird with Michael Chandler. They provided Michael Chandler with so much, but they don't give MVP like anything.
Yeah, I know. Last episode we went pretty hard
we
about
went
the
through
MVP.
all that, but
and I don't know if this episode's going to come out before or after the fight Saturday. But if they do, I will be talking about the MVP fight, however it goes, because I will provide some coverage for that. So keep tuned.
They'll give us a lot more clarity with that. But sorry, it made me make that connection. But anyways,
I agree with what you're going with. Please go ahead.
Rufy's a lot more technical, and he stays more calm than Chandler.
Mm-hmm.
Chandler does get a little bit more wild than Rufy, and I think Rufy will take
Chandler wrestles
Rufy,
he should win. But when's Chandler going to wrestle?
Yeah, Chandler doesn't wrestle, and it's always fun for the viewers. Yes, but he needs to take the playbook out of like 90% of the wrestling fighters out of the UFC, and sometimes we want to see you wrestle. Sometimes,
you know what? I would love to damn see.
Yeah,
I want to see some classic goddamn ground and pound.
Yeah,
I want to see a single leg to treetop, dump them down. I want to see a double leg, take some legs out from under. I want to see legs above hips, head down, land. pass to mount, pass to half guard, pass to side mount, posture up, and rain down some knuckles and elbows on your opponent. What happened to ground and pound?
It's become not a thing anymore because for some reason, I don't know, ground and pound was like such a fun thing. You go, you're able to trip them, you're able to get them to the ground in whatever way you could get them to the ground. You get in half guard, you get in side mount, you get in full guard, and then you just lay
Half,
on the
like you
elbows
just
to lay on the
sorry.
shit. Huh?
You just said it. Half guard. Half guard is like one of the best ground and pound
Yes.
positions, and it's a 50-50 fucking position.
Yes,
It's
it is.
easy to get to.
Yes. You don't have, yeah, half guard is obviously half of the guard. If you're on full mount, you're completely above the opponent looking down, but in half guard, you're still at an angle and you're still at the side, and you can just rail it in from the side and from the over the top as easy as full guard. It's not, if you're a really good wrestler, a really good BJJ guy, you can get out. If you're underneath, you can get out of the half guard position slightly easier, but it's ever so slight. But it's one of those things. Use what you have. Do ground and pound. Have fun with it. Throw it is what everybody wants to see.
All right, let's get into the next fight in the White House. We got the middleweight bout. The American Phenom, Bo Nickel versus Kyle Dawkins. What a letdown. This should have been Colby Covington versus Bo Nickel. They've been
Yeah.
chirping. Apparently the problem is that I'm for blank on the actual word. Apparently, the problem between it is Bo Nickel wants to fight at middleweight. Colby Covington says, hey, if you call me out, you got to come to my division. My division is welterweight. You say we're the same size, then come to my division. And apparently, Bo Nickel can't make welterweight. And that's the problem between the two. If that's the thing, I really wish Colby Covington would just move to middleweight to fight this fight. But if that, I don't know, man. Bo Nickel, Colby Covington's a great fight.
Kobe Covington is a princess, if that's the case. He's a little pixie dust coming out of the you know
To be
what?
fair, I believe it was Bo Nickel that originally called out Colby
Yeah,
Covington, which would be a bigger guy calling out a smaller guy.
yeah,
To be fair to Colby, which I think I can be fair to Colby after all, Kamaru Usman did break his jaw.
yeah.
So I can be fair to Colby now.
He broke his jaw very much, so that was a wild fight. But anyways, we did get at least two Americans fighting against each other on this one.
It's Kyle Dawkins. Who cares?
But I don't care. The UFC should have paid Colby Covington an extra 3 or 4 million for him to come up and fight Bo Nickel.
Yeah, I mean, I think Bo
Colby
Nickel, Colby
Covington is an
Covington's a
elite
far better
wrestler
fight.
and a better striker. He's not a better wrestler, but Colby Covington is an incredible defensive wrestler, and he would have been able to keep it up off the ground.
Why not? I understand
Maybe a
Joe
catch one.
Pfeiffer.
But
Sorry,
continue.
go ahead.
Oh, like this is one of those fights where if that's the scenario, do a catch weight.
Yeah, I mean, catchweight could work. What I was going to say is Joe Pfeiffer is currently going to fight Izzy. Like, clearly, Joe Pfeiffer would rather fight Izzy, who's like number 4, and in the division, Joe Pfeiffer number 14. So
Yeah.
clearly, Joe Pfeiffer would rather fight Izzy than anyone else. That's a step for him. Why wouldn't you do Bo Nickel versus Joe Pfeiffer? Two clearly hot prospects, a wrestling phenom, a striking phenom. Why wouldn't you put those two Americans against each other? Both give each other the spotlight. Is that like if you
Because
couldn't do Colby because it's a smaller division? If you had to do middleweight, why not do Joe Pfeiffer get Bo Nickel ranked?
because it doesn't make any sense. It
I mean,
makes too much sense. I'm sorry. It
I
makes
think
too
one
much
of the
sense.
guys is going to clearly beat the other. Either Joe Pfeiffer gets exposed for having no wrestling, or Bo Nickel gets exposed for having no stand-up.
Yeah, exactly. And honestly, it's the UFC. It's the top promotion, and you should expose the fighters and see what happens. That's what creates the best
So what
things
you're
in the long
saying
run.
is the real fight is Bo Nickel versus Kelvin Gastelum.
No, just because Kelvin Gastelum is your favorite
Be a
fighter.
great Apex main event. They should do it.
Okay, Apex main event, sure, but not walking out of the Oval Office.
Go ahead, though. Bo Nickel versus Kyle Dawkins. I just don't have much to say about this fight. Like, I mean, Bo Nickel should win.
Yes, Bo Nickel should win all day. There's no reason why Kyle Dawkins should even be in this fight. No disrespect to Kyle, but like, dude,
And
no.
you know what? I was about to say, like, okay, this fight is only like, what is it, 6? Yeah, it's only 6 cards. The only unranked people are Bo Nickel and Kyle Dawkins on this card.
Yes.
I'm okay with Bo Nickel being an unranked fighter on this card because he's Bo Nickel.
The most
Kyle Dawkins
American name
as his
possible.
partner, though, I think, if Bo Nickel's going to be on this card, he has to fight someone ranked, or he has to fight a guy that's been in a title fight at least, like Kelvin Gastelum.
But that's really the case?
They're the only unranked guys on
Oh
the
no.
card.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm going on about the rank thing again, but like, I mean, am I right?
No, you're totally right with that.
Like, and that's where I just feel like Colby would have been a better fight. But like, or again, Kelvin Gastelum versus Bo Nickel, I think is a great fight.
The UFC should have pulled out an extra. It sounds crazy to say out loud, but they should at least have pulled out an extra 80 million and just went balls to the wall for this fight. They went balls to the wall for the spear in Las Vegas.
Yeah,
Why don't you go
yeah.
balls to the
Well,
wall for the
okay,
one
bro,
for the Oval Office?
like you think UFC doesn't pay site fees? Like,
Yeah.
they gotta pay money and be at some of these events that they do. Like, you can at least like,
Is
whatever.
there a site fee for the White House?
I've been critical. Oh yeah, but the DC taxpayers probably would have to pay that. I've been critical enough against the
Yeah.
UFC because I think
If you're
I'd like
making
to be more
taxpayers
critical.
pay for this, you better put on the best card you've ever put on.
And with that, let's get to the best fight on the card. The opener, at least the opener right now. There's only 6 fights on the card announced. I assume there might only be 6. Maybe 2 more might get added. I think maximum.
Yeah, it's
But
only
for
2 more at most, is what's been predicted.
the opener of the card, number 2 ranked in the featherweight division, Diego Lopez versus Steve Garcia at number 9. I understand them wanting to get Diego Lopez on the card. He's an exciting, fan-friendly style fighter. And even though he's a top 10 ranked featherweight, I do not know enough about Steve Garcia to be fair. Why would you make this fight on the card, though?
I'm sorry, but no featherweight fight should have been on the White House card unless it was a title fight.
I mean, like, if they wanted to put Aljamain Sterling on this card, I'd be okay with it. But, like,
Yeah, that would be okay. But having the number 2 versus the number 9?
And that's just the thing. I'm looking at it, I'm like, and like, hey, Steve Garcia, he's beaten Calvin Cater. That's a good win. He's beaten Daniel Nama. But I'm
It's a
scrolling through the
win,
record.
but
Calvin Cater is the best win.
it's a good win, 2 wins, but like to go on
Not
like this such a prestigious card that's supposedly
not a
prestigious.
better win than Diego Lopez.
No.
The Lopez is just, why are you on this card coming off two losses?
No, this was a throw-in fight by the UFC to have it have at least 6 fights on this card. Because they
Yeah.
failed so horribly at this card that they couldn't even come up with a 6th fight. And then they just randomly were like, oh, Diego Lopez and Steve Garcia at some point in their discussions were like, yeah, we're both ready right now. We'll take the bottom pay for this. So they're like, okay, let's just put them together. One's an American, one's a Brazilian. That'll be fun. No,
This
it's
is a
not.
weird This is a weird fight to even be
It
on
is.
this card. I don't understand why they're and let's give the UFC a little bit of grace because I know this is a different episode, but same recording session. We've been a little harsh with the UFC. We're going to be a little more harsh once we get to the MVP card, because they're making it a point there. But okay, let's quickly go through. Joshua Vance, the flyweight doesn't count. Minimum weight already represented. They're not going to do Marab versus Peter Yan on this card. Sorry, they're not putting a Georgian versus a Russian on this card. Not going to happen. Wait, is Volkanovski? He just fought. He's not ready to go again. They're doing the contender this week, so not ready yet. Lightweight division, the main event's on this card. Welterweight, Islam is injured. Middleweight, Khamzat cannot get on the White House card. He's coming up against Sean Strickland coming up soon. Alex Pereira is on the card. Heavyweight division is on this card. Damn, look. Even though the champion's injured, that's just how it is. The female divisions, but there's no reason why Mackenzie Dern couldn't be on this card. If they wanted it, she absolutely could. They just chose not to. Valentina Shevchenko, there is no reason why she can't be on this card. They chose her not to be there, clearly. they clearly wanted Amanda versus Kayla Harrison on this card. They wanted her actually them earlier in the year, and then they probably would have won them here. But Kayla has back surgeries to where she can't be on this card. She is injured, just like Islam Makhachev with the hand injury is injured. So those two fighters can't be on this card. You cannot count the UFC against that. Those are two of the best fighters that they could have put on. But Diego Lopez and Steve Garcia, I don't see the reason why this is on a card, to be honest. I don't see the reason for this fight.
You
It's going to be great. It's going to be fun. It's going to rile up a fan base, but
No, it feels rushed. It feels like they had to put out this card real quick. It is the reason why who is it? Michael Chandler didn't know that he was even on the card until it was announced. It feels like
yeah.
that very much scenario because it feels like they just didn't have it fully done, and their last minute they just couldn't find anybody, and then those two people were just so happened to be ready, I guess, or just willing to take the deal. I don't know. It's almost a conspiracy in the UFC.
It's almost a conspiracy how bad it is. All right, but
Yeah.
that is the UFC White House card. Do you have anything else you want to say about it?
Initially, I was like, "This is a decent card," and then I
It's
started thinking more and
great
more about it.
pay-per-view, but a little underwhelming,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's a great pay-per-view because I'm so used to, pay-per-views. I was like, "This is a good card." But then you think more and more about it, and more I was kinda hearing more and more of the rumors, and more I was promised, and more they didn't say anything about the rumors, and more they didn't engage us for certain ways.
Mhm.
It's a letdown.
Why, it's just just put on a fun action fight. And the fact that I'm sorry, but I'm a better promoter than you guys. Why wouldn't you put a British versus American fight on this card?
Yes. It's
You
because they're a
wanted
cheap
Patty
ass.
versus Gathe to be a fight? Put that on the White House card and
No,
makes it a fun fight. Do the American versus British, make it a gimmick, make it for the 4th of July and not on Trump's birthday.
it's because they're a cheap ass.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad I'm not the one saying it. Are you ready to move on to the next thing?
Go ahead.
All right. Really quick, let's stay on the UFC topic because everyone's talking about the May 10th MVP card on Netflix, maybe the biggest fight card of the year. Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano. But one thing I am very interested in, and I want to call it now because I haven't seen anyone else, and I want it on recording. I want to put this out, Kelby, at 1:42 a.m. in the morning. I know you just wiped your eyes. Are you
Yeah.
ready for this? May 16th, 6 p.m. is when the main card for Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano starts on the Netflix MVP promotion. May 16th, Saturday at 6 p.m. is also the UFC Fight Night. Arnold Allen versus Melky Costa. Let's just go.
Mhm.
That's the only fight announced on that card. Same time, same main event.
Yeah.
This might be the most stacked UFC Apex event you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Because I think the UFC might want to try to counter program this Netflix card.
Yeah.
But as of right now, it is only Arnold Allen versus Melky Costa on this card. So there's nothing else to talk about other than pretty damn good fight, don't you think?
No, it's a very, very, very good
I'm
fun
curious
fight.
what else they put on this card. I feel like they might try to counter program. For those of you that don't understand the concept of counter programming, that is when one competitor in an industry would try to make an event better than it would normally be to take away viewership from another event from a rival promotion going on at the same time. Since the UFC normally doesn't compete, they do not have to counter program. However, the MVP Netflix card is going to be a big card. Obviously, they're not going to have one of their PLEs going against it. With this schedule, it looks like MVP chose not to compete against that. One of their PLEs, since those are scheduled farther in advance, they are choosing to compete against a UFC fight night. I am curious if the UFC wants to compete with MVP by making this an amazing fight night. The UFC is the premium league. They can make this as good as a fight night as they want to make it. Do you agree with that comment before I get into the MVP card?
Yeah, I agree.
See, I'm trying to get out ahead of everyone else. I know you haven't heard this before.
You know,
I'm very curious of that storyline.
it was an interesting way of putting it.
If I'm UFC, I try to make that an amazing fight card. I'd be putting Volkov on that fight card. I'd be putting Dominic Reyes on that fight card. I'd be putting, if I can get Henry Cejudo, I'd put Henry Cejudo on that fight card. I'd put Juliana Pena on that fight card. I would try to see if, hey, I know it's a fight card, CBS, could this be UFC on CBS 1?
Yeah.
That's how I would counter program against it, but I am not in charge of the UFC.
That would be a wild thing to pull, is if they put it on Paramount Plus and CBS.
Simulcast it, Paramount Plus, CBS, make it a bunch of action fights, counter program against the MVP card. Go into competition is what fight fans want to see.
All you need to do is get I'm sorry, at this point you have to pull your Conor McGregor card out and give him 30, 40 billion.
Well, bro, it's like, you ready for this one? Underrated, no one's seeing it coming. Robert Whittaker most likely going up to light heavyweights, probably going to happen in July. Ready for this fight?
Go ahead.
You've never caught it before. Robert Whittaker versus Khalil Roundtree.
Dude, that'd be a lit fight.
Make that a co-main.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's just like, that's
No, the
delicious.
UFC is one big name away, and then adding with the big name a one great fight underneath the big name away for making this the best card ever.
You ready for this? Ready for this next one? You tell Johnny Walker, I don't want you to cut to light heavy.
Yeah.
Come in at your natural weight, fight Waldo Acosta Cortez.
Be fantastic
There's
if
another
he fought
one.
Waldo. Fantastic fight.
And that's the thing. They can counter program this. I'm curious for that story. That story's not happening yet. Right now, it's just Melky Costa versus Arnold Allen. That's a great fight. That's the main event.
Yeah.
Probably can't compete. But you can put some fights on that card to make it toward the hardcore UFC. The hardcore fans are like, there's clearly one good fight night, and it's the UFC.
Yeah.
The casuals are going to go to this. There's no way around it. Also, Netflix is going to have a farther reach than Paramount Plus. Netflix probably doesn't have a farther reach than Paramount Plus and CBS, so they can still win if they compete. That's what that's the thing I want to see from the UFC. I want to see them compete. But let's get into the MVP card. Thankfully, we only have 3 fights to go through with this. Let's start with the main event. Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano. Buddy, I've never thought we'd say this. We've been on and off covering combat sports for years now. We never once covered a Ronda fight.
No.
Ronda versus Gina. What do you think? Wow. Headline. No.
Ronda wins.
Looks like you're about to fall asleep. You too?
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's getting very late, and I'm starting to crash.
All right, let's hurry up. Ronda versus Gina.
Ronda wins all day. Ronda has fought more recently, even though it's been a long time.
It's been 17 years since Gina last fought.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just think it's an
I'm pretty
age
sure.
thing. Ronda should totally take the fight. Oh my gosh, I'm starting to crash. On a better day, Ronda wins.
To be fair, it is late. No worries.
What time is it? Oh gosh.
1:50 a.m. All right. You want to know when Gina Carano's last fight was?
It's been a long time.
You want to know when? It was in 9. It was a TKO loss to Chris Cyborg.
Yeah.
It's been forever since Gina Carano last fight. Ronda Rousey's last fight was her loss against Amanda Nunes circa 2015, 2016. I'm not quite sure. It's been almost 10 years, 11 years for Ronda. It's been way longer for Gina. Gina never is a bigger fighter than Rousey. She has never fought the competition that Ronda Rousey has faced. Ronda Rousey has faced better competition. She's competed more recently. She should be able to handle Gina Carano, but who knows? Official prediction, Ronda Rousey by armbar.
I don't care what type of submission was Ronda Rousey by submission.
The co-main event. Felipe Lins, the PFL heavyweight champion versus
Francis.
The lineal heavyweight champion of the world, Francis the Predator Ngannou. And I gave it the extra dramatic intro because it deserved it. I said a word here. The lineal champion. Kelby, do you know what a lineal champion means?
No, tell me what a lineal champion means.
Okay, if you don't know what a lineal champion is, the lineal champion is the champion that the champion beat who beat the champion before that, who beat the champion before that. If you go back to the original MMA championship belt
Yeah.
and you go, who beat who? No promotional contracts involved. No, like, the Pride didn't want to pay for this fighter. UFC never signed Fedor. Oh, this, that, contract reasons why this fight didn't get made, or this bullshit reason, that bullshit reason, whatever the fuck. You go through lineal championships. Who beat who from the original heavyweight championship of MMA? Francis Ngannou is the lineal heavyweight champion. If you follow who beat who all the way through, it is Ngannou. He has not been beaten in MMA. Felipe Lins is the next man up against him. He's likely going to get starched.
Yes.
But for the first time since Pride, the lineal heavyweight championship is getting defended. I mean, technically it happened in PFL, but is getting defended outside the UFC. That's amazing. UFC does not have the best fighter because Francis Ngannou is the best heavyweight in MMA.
Yes.
End of story.
No, there's no story about it. Everybody agrees. Everybody realizes it. Francis Ngannou is the best heavyweight MMA fighter there is, and possibly there ever was so far. Debatable.
Needs to be beat before you can say otherwise.
Yes, but Francis Ngannou is just nobody's ever been feared like Francis Ngannou has. Well, people have
He's
feared
the
him.
only guy to have the same. Chael Sonnen calls it a mask.
Yeah.
Certain fighters, they have a mask where you have to go against the mask, the aura of a fighter before you get to the fighter. Famously, the fighter with the biggest mask, biggest aura was Mike Tyson. Francis Ngannou is the only person, besides maybe Conor McGregor, Mystic Mac, that came close to the same level of aura. The Predator, he knocks out everyone. And frankly, I think Felipe Lins might be sent to the land of wind and ghost. But I'm glad it's happening.
I'm glad it's happening too.
The next fight on
Our
You know
buddy
what the funny
Jacob would
part
love
is?
this fight so much.
Both of them, most recent opponent that they shared is Jake Paul in a boxing fight. Mike Perry, the bare knuckle championship. Nate Diaz, a former UFC fighter, cult icon, originator of the BMF belt. Who wins this fight? This is actually, I think, the hardest fight so far. I almost lean Mike Perry.
Well,
I
it's the
think
most
that's a
even
hot
fight
take.
so far.
Is it a hot take that says Mike Perry beats Nate Diaz?
Hot take, very much so.
I think that I kind of lean heavily towards Mike. That's gut. It's all gut. Mike Perry's going to box the shit out of
Heavily
him
is a very big word.
easily. It's going to be an easy win. It's going to be like how just another fighter just easily outstrikes another fighter. That's how that's going to go. That's my gut. Who knows what's going to happen?
Well,
But
Nate Diaz is known for getting beat up for most of his life and then just getting the lucky strike.
and then pointing and laughing instead of
Yes.
capitalizing on the fight.
I go with Nate Diaz, second round submission.
I go with. By the way, this is a 5-round fight.
Second round submission.
I go with Mike Perry, 3rd round knockout, TKO.
Okay.
Really quick, this is an MVP Netflix card. I want to say, if there is room, I think maximum there are 3 more fights on this card. I think it is very logical to be able to pick other fighters that have fought Jake Paul to put on this card, meaning Tyron Woodley could be on this card. It also means Anderson Silva could be on this card. The best fight that they could add to this card in the entire sport of MMA that would be the proper FU to the UFC, which is clearly what they're going for at this point, is Anderson Silva versus GSP. No one else has said it yet. I am calling it now. GSP is a free agent. Anderson Silva has a relationship with MVP Promotions. If you want to make this fight to challenge the strongest player in the sport of combat sports, make GSP versus Anderson Silva the one fight that the UFC always tried to make and they could not. Jake Paul, do what Dana couldn't. GSP versus Anderson Silva, do it, put it on this card. Kelby, why am I crazy?
If they pull this, if Jake Paul and MVP pulls this out of nowhere, it would break the internet. To have Anderson
They
Silva.
can get GSP's a free agent. He's not signed with the UFC.
No.
Anderson Silva's not signed with the UFC. This is one of the big fights. This is one of the big ones that got
Dude,
away.
on one card, you have GSP, Anderson Silva, Nate Diaz, Francis Ngannou, Ronda Rousey, Mike Perry. That's just insane.
It is. It's wild.
Yeah.
Get them on the card. By
Yeah.
the way, you could also get Demetrius Johnson on this card. You can also get, I'm pretty sure you could do Eddie Alvarez, Anthony Pettis on this card. You can get Joshua Thompson on this card. You can get Benson Henderson on this card.
Just have like a 20 fight, like veteran freaking card. I mean,
You don't need a 20 fight. You just need 6.
you just need 6.
Silva, GSP. Do it. Hey, I know one talk was about JDS. Does Fedor want to have a fight with JDS? Ask him. He's a free agent. Why not make the most insane card ever? 6 fights. It's all you have to do. It's on Netflix. Beat the UFC White House card. That's what I want Jake Paul to do.
It just sounds crazy that we're putting our faith in Jake Paul.
It's hysterical. I love it.
It's came around to just Jake Paul beating the UFC, and it's sad.
I think it is part of the thing. We're going to have to keep talking about this. Obviously, right now, I know we talked about this later. I think the Jake Paul card will outsell, get more views than the White House card. Me and Kelby had an agreement. He says the White House card easily beats the Netflix thing.
Yeah, I still
where we
believe so.
disagree
I'm still on the
is-
same point. Until Jake Paul puts at least 1 or 2 other big name fights on it, UFC is going to win.
Where I disagree is I'm not really counting all the people that are going to watch the UFC White House card for the spectacle. And well, I don't remember the exact number I told you. I'm like, so what? Like we're talking about going back and forth. I'm like, well, look, like it's going to be on CBS. It's going to be on Paramount Plus. How many people? It's a political event. I know people want to say it's not a political event, but it's clearly a political event. It's at the goddamn White House, for Christ's sake. It's like a lot of people are going to tune in just for that. I'm like, what I'm saying is, okay, after 30 minutes of them seeing the Kyle Dawkins, whatever, Bo Nickel fight. Sorry, no, the Steve Garcia Diego Lopez fight. The one that shouldn't even be there. Oh, okay, they see that in the White House in the building. Are they going to stick around for the rest of it? I think a good majority of people are going to click off after 30 minutes. The Netflix card, I don't think that would happen if they stack the card. And they can't stack the card. This is Netflix money. You can get GSP. And again, GSP Silva is a fight you can make. I just don't know why you wouldn't make it. Because think of it, if they can do that fight, I know I'm the only one saying this.
Yeah.
Right here, Derek Schramm at Flamingo Fight Talk. He's the one calling for the Jake Paul MVP Netflix Ronda Rousey card. Silva versus GSP. They can make it. Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Help me make this a clip.
I will.
We're at an hour 37 minutes of UFC White House versus, or you know what? Let's call it Dana White versus Jake Paul. That'll be the title.
Versus Jake Paul.
Clearly, Jake Paul has a better hairline. He has more riz, and he has youth, and he did not get run out of Boston. But I think he might get accosted by the IRS in the near future.
But he does have more balls than Dana White, though.
So, anything else you want to talk about with these cards? One thing I did mention earlier, really quick, is Holly Holm is fighting in a boxing event under MVP promotions, which means if Ronda Rousey does beat Gina Carano, they do have the potential of making the biggest female fight outside of maybe Amanda Kayla, which UFC has, which would be Holly Holm versus Ronda 2. That is one of the biggest fights in women's MMA. Jake Paul currently has Ronda Rousey, and he has Holly under a boxing contract, so he could do that fight if Ronda wins or if she loses. So there is still future potential there. I don't think he can permanently compete with UFC, but I think he can do one big fight a year that just completely steals the show.
Yeah.
I think I've talked enough. Anything you want to say?
No, I think we've covered it all. I bet we'll do a couple more UFC White House
I think
cards,
you
and
just
we'll do
want to
more
go to
pay-per-view.
bed. You're not a big enough fan. You can't talk with your eyes closed like I'm doing right now. My eyes are actually open. They just look
Dude,
closed. Look
I
at
am on
this.
hour 22 right now, and I'm looking at it.
It's 2 a.m.
Without
I
a
haven't
doubt.
been up this late in years.
Huh?
I haven't been up this late in years.
Yeah, 2:05. No, I've been up to 2:05 a few times, but, like, not on a work
This is the
night.
last all decision Apex card.
Yeah, being up this late on work night when I get up at 5 is it hits you.
I'll be up there with you. I'll send you a Snapchat.
But you gotta wake up tomorrow, don't you?
But yeah,
Yeah, that sucks.
remember that pollen we talked about last episode? I gotta deal with that.
By the time you get home, I'll have it done editing.
We're at an hour 40 minutes in of our second 2-hour episode. How'd you like this episode? I like the freestyling more. It's much later and we go on tangents. I like it a lot more. I think we might need to start earlier.
Yeah, this will be our first one to release that's past midnight. It is gonna be fun to see.
Sorry, go ahead. I burped and laughed
Oh,
at
sorry.
myself.
It's our first one we release that we've recorded past, well, like 11 AM,
Yeah.
and we're well past that, and we're
It's
older
2
people
a.m.
now.
Well, this is way past our bedtime.
Yeah.
I think you can look at our eyes. We're like
Yeah.
distraught right
Yeah, this
now.
is 22, 23-hour eyes on me.
Yeah, I'm pretty tired. I'm gonna sleep for like
Yeah.
fucking 3.5 hours and get back to work.
Oh, no.
Anyway, thank you for watching. We enjoyed this episode. We enjoyed the last episode too.
Yeah.
I think these are gonna be separate. They're one recording session. I don't know if Kelby's going to cut this out or not. I'm kind of just
Well, I'm keeping
rambling.
this all in at this point, but
Well, you have time to edit this
yeah, I have
one.
time to edit. I'll figure it out later.
I like the
The shorts
I like
do
the
well.
freelance. Please, this is where you, the viewer, is very important. Comment,
Comment.
like this video.
Like.
You want to know what? Like it on YouTube. Our YouTube is our least performing platform. We don't get much off you. The shorts do all right. Our YouTube videos of our episodes do terrible. If you're still watching this at an hour 42 minutes of this episode, and if you're still watching it, just leave a like on the YouTube video. We will know. And if you like that, we will know to we'll freelance a little bit more. We'll just like create a nice time period where, maybe in the early afternoon, or we can just go for 4 hours and just like, because I don't mind going this long. It's a little late for a school night.
Yeah, we just didn't
It's
pick the
not,
best night.
yeah. So if we're going to do this, we're going to have to pick a different night.
A Friday
But
night
we're doing it for you. For you.
for you.
Elby,
What should I say?
I didn't go on a John Jones rant,
I didn't do
but
my John Jones
we
right yet.
didn't go on a John Jones rant, so I think we need to save it for another time.
You write that down.
Maybe I'll do a full history of John Jones's career.
And then I'll counter everything Derek says.
Do we want to get an audience for that? We can get like Jacob, see if he wants to join in on that one.
Yeah, we have to.
And just, like, you can get
John Jones
who
is
else?
the GOAT. I'm sorry.
You can get Ray Sean and Rodney in there here
Yeah.
as well. And then it can just be 1v4. And I'll kick all your asses because John Jones is a bitch.
John Jones is the GOAT.
It's a dirty little whore.
He is not. I might have to take that out. But
Okay.
one.
Thank you for watching. This has been Flamingo Fight Talk. We are sleep deprived. We will catch you next time after UFC Lerone Murphy versus Movsar Evloya. I am Derek Strom. With me is my co-host Kelby Searquist, and we are signing out late at night. Thank you. And Kelby, is there anything else?
I love y'all. Good night.